Hello people, this is Red Sea Gaming. Just give me a second, I'm trying to get my phone up. As you can see here, I've been working here. Yeah, I need to empty my inventory before I can continue. Hey Cosmo, how you doing, buddy? Did you manage to beat Resident Evil? You know, the typewriter in that save room was actually on the table. It was actually right there. I'm just telling you for you, so you know. That typewriter in the save room was right there. I'm just trying to help you out, buddy. So, you've been doing well with your streams? Right now, I'm just, actually, I don't get it, but just to be honest, it's okay. We all make mistakes. It's okay. So, your channel going well? I see you did a good job with your Final Fantasy stream. Yes, I did say don't run. But I'm like this. Okay, I put don't run, but there's a minute-long delay. So, between messages sometimes. So I'm like this. He's gonna run. Boom. Like, no. You know, snapping my fingers. Like, But I knew you would learn. Was that your first time playing Resident Evil? I'm just asking. Or was that your first time playing it in a long time? That could be it too. Yep. Nitroglycerin, you do not run. You do not run. This is not the way you transport nitro. Yeah, we all learn. I learned. I did the same thing you did when I first played it. Like, Resident Evil is a masterpiece in my opinion. Like, there's always a typewriter in these save rooms. If there's a item box, there's a typewriter in the room. Like, the typewriter was on the table. Yeah, that's good. And at least I was there to help you along the way. And also, you kept asking, what do I use the screen filter for? And I told you, use it on the projector. You went right for the projector screen. I understand. Some people would assume that you go to the projector screen. And of course, I had to point out that you had to use the vents to transport throughout the room. Like, I actually did a stream. I understand, Cosmo. It's hard to see when you're busy trying to talk with people. I understand. Like, I've had those moments too when I'm doing a stream. I don't know what to do. Like for example, I did a Resident Evil live stream last year in 2017. It didn't get as many views as I think it would get now, but I'm thinking of actually redoing Resident Evil for a live stream at some point. But of course, I'll be playing as Chris because I played as Jill last time. Hey, Cosmo, I'm gonna tell you this. Who cares if you got dislikes? If you get more likes than dislikes, that's a good thing. It's not the end of the world if you get dislikes. Do you know why? Because they're helping your channel even though they think they're hurting it. Yes. And also, here's my other advice for you, Cosmo. This is just a friend to a friend saying this. Reduce the language, alright? The profanity. Reduce the profanity. I'm just trying to help you out there. You notice how I can do my streams, I don't swear at all. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to help you out there, alright? You did a good job. You did a good job with your Resident Evil stream, but I had to go because I couldn't see the rest of it. But so I'm just trying to tell you that you're doing a great job with your channel. But I think if you tone down the profanity a bit, I bet some more people will start leaving likes. I've been getting straight likes on my videos. I know. I recommend you practice. I recommend you practice not saying any swears. Try saying no swears for a week. Alright? Practice that, and eventually you will be like, for years I have actually restrained myself from saying language in public. When I'm off camera, when I'm in my own private abode. Yeah. Just say shoot. Like, or just do what the Peanuts do. Do you know Charlie Brown, Peanuts? If they can't, I mean, when they couldn't say a swear word, they said blockhead, which is another word for the S word. Well, yeah, to me that was funny how the guy who wrote the Peanuts actually, yeah, oh for Pete's sake, something like that. But make it a practice. I'm just saying. This is just a friend saying this, that you're doing a great job, but you need to lessen the profanity. Maybe you'll get more likes if you do that. Because the last stream I did yesterday got 5 likes to 0. So, 0 dislikes. I don't know what I did, but for some reason, I keep getting more approval than I get dislikes. All right, good. I'm just trying to help you there. And of course, as of now, I have reached 191 subscribers. I'm just really thankful I have that many now. But I'm just saying that, like, just YouTube is cracking down on YouTube channels that actually say a lot of profanity in their channels. Like, the bigger channels can get away with it. Yep, be thankful and always thank them when they subscribe. Alright? Like, I'm just saying. And also, yesterday, I was actually thanking everybody who was there. Like, I usually go like this. Hey guys, how you doing? When somebody leaves me a message, I'm like, how's your day? Feeling the power? Yes, be very nice to people. And I've seen some YouTubers actually start yelling at people because either they're leaving. I usually say, when they have to leave, I usually say, you have a great day or you have a great night. Something like that. You have to show a little respect to your viewers because they are the ones that are growing your channel. I've seen some YouTubers actually intentionally insult their viewers, and they're wondering why their channel isn't growing. And some people will be offended if you use profanity a lot. I'm just saying that. Alright? Like, I knew a friend named, oh, it says Fright Haven. Last year, me and my dad worked at a haunted house in Hartford, Connecticut. It was the haunted house was called Fright Haven, and me and Dad worked there for a few days. I actually had my PS4 with me, and I was able to build some of this while Dad was doing his thing in the 3D maze. My dad's an artist. If you want to check out his channel, it's Airbrushing with Sturzm Designs, STUARTIZM, and designs, and he paints 3D art all over the world. And he's painted as far as Australia, Saudi Arabia, and Japan. I mean, no, not Japan. More like he had to fly into Japan. But also Malaysia, Indonesia, Hong Kong. So, yeah, my dad, I usually go on trips with him. When I'm not streaming, I'm usually preparing for a trip that might take 2 or 4 weeks. Like, for example, in February of 2018, me and Dad had to go all the way to Utah, which was a 4-day journey by car. Let's just say I keep seeing movies portray Utah as a desert state, but it wasn't a desert state. It was snow heaven. And what was cool is that we were in the we were not far from Salt Lake City, Utah, so beautiful mountains, beautiful. So we kept seeing that. Me and Dad travel all over the country so much that we're like this. We see the country at its largest. Me and Dad. I don't believe in overpopulation, because I've seen I have seen overpopulation only in big cities. So because me and Dad had to drive all the way through Colorado. We went through 600 miles of nothing. Nobody was living there. Colorado is sparsely populated until you get to Denver. So, and we had to drive through Donner Pass. Do you know what Donner Pass is, Cosmo? Oh, how you doing? You having a great day? Alright, 1 second. I gotta get some lights here. I'm building in survival, and this is my big 14-month survival build. I'm just working on expanding. Alright, you having a great day? Feeling the power? How's your day, Bart? I'm just trying to read it. Bart. I'll just call you Bart, alright? How's your day, Bart? I'm just saying that, Cosmo, is this, I've seen the country of the United States at its widest, and just working very hard on just building this when I'm not working. When I'm not building this, I'm traveling the country with my dad. Alright, I just need to go and make it daylight. Lots of mountains were torn down to make this happen. Just so you guys know. I gotta make it daylight. This is my huge survival build to all those who are new. And as you can see here, this was once all mountains and hills, and I took it all down mostly by myself. This is 14 months of work here. And this is going to be a huge survival city when it's finished. I have to tear down all of this, all the way to a special stone brick over there, which is at least 100 blocks beyond this mansion, and I'll be able to finally start building the actual city itself. So basically, this is a lot of time spent, and some of my friends when I started kept telling me I was wasting my time. You'll never get anything done. But since December of 2017, I've managed to get a lot of stuff done. I count December of 2017 and December of 2018 as 2 separate months because it took 12 months to get here. So this is a lot of time spent, and of course it's made. I've been filming myself doing this for 14 months. Like, the idea is you're gonna watch me build this entire survival city from start to finish, from the foundations to the actual buildings themselves. So I decided that would actually make it very special. So it's more just, you know, to make. Hey, Magic Cricket, how you doing? How you doing? Right now I'm taking out more of the land so I can build my actual city eventually. And you having a great day? What is Pon Pon? I'm just asking, like, just wondering. Like, I'm just wondering what that is. Oh, Ninja? What's that? I mean, what franchise is it? Because sometimes I won't know what franchise it's from. Don't worry, I'm just working hard here. I cannot wait until this city begins construction, but I must finish it as is. Alright, a big part of the build is finished. Just working very hard here. This will take months. Alright, I got all this done. Now I just need to empty my inventory of everything and get to work on taking out this. And I understand perfectly why they'll misjudge it. it doesn't look very good right now. It's not finished yet, but it will. This is episode 19. Just working very hard. Just to be safe. Save the game, because this build is going to take a long while. And also, alright, thank you very much, Cosmo, and thanks for telling me you're going to go, and you have a great day, buddy, or a great night, depending on what time it is on your end. Like, I can't wait till I get this to episode 100. Oh. Alright, interesting. When I get to episode 100, this is episode 19 of my REDSEACRAFT live stream series. Don't worry. I mean, just... There's going to be 100 streams of this in the eventually. And by the time I get to 100 streams, probably I'll be done with the foundations. And I'll be able to start work on the actual city. I have to get rid of all this dirt and start expanding. I'm just gonna say this, Cosmo. Without this YouTube server, my channel would have died a long while ago. Just always have a constant project when you do your other streams. This is a constant project. So I'm just saying, find a constant project you can be comfortable with. And you can have that going on while you're doing other streams. I think that'll actually get people excited about your more excited about your channel. I'm just saying that for advice, alright? I set a good goal for myself. Next week, I intend to do some Bloodborne. I'm going to play Bloodborne from the beginning once again on this channel. I did so last year, but I'm going to have to redo it because it doesn't look very good because I did all the streams in 720p, but it kept doing the whole pixelate thing, so I want to redo that. But this time, actually play it from beginning to end and do it in such a way that it'll look good. I'm not saying play Minecraft. I'm saying just find something you're comfortable with and make that a constant project on your YouTube channel. I'm just saying that's just my advice there. I hope you enjoyed that extra advice. Or probably you didn't hear me. Man, I'm gonna get a lot of work done today. This is a long-term YouTube server. I am so close to finishing the pillared hall, I can almost taste it. Who knows? Probably I'll complete this a few months ahead of schedule, and I'll be able to get started on the city. I got all this to finish. Just working very hard on this build. This is the longest running live stream show on my channel, and I'm just working very hard on it. And a lot of them don't bother to ask the questions, which I can answer. I understand they get the wrong impression by looking at this build from one angle to the next. But they don't understand that this is such a colossal build that I can't show the whole thing at one time. The build is too big for that. Alright, able to get so much work done. I need to get some more shovels. While I'm going, I might as well light this area up so I can work during the night. I have to empty my inventory and get some more. Alright, I'm just gonna work, and when people ask me questions, I'll answer them. Yeah, it's sand that's annoying. I'm just being quiet a little bit. I just need to continue and just work. Alright. I need to remove these trees before I can continue. If these trees are in the way, they're going to slow down my advance. Alright. I have to complete this section today. This is the goal for today. I have to complete this entire section. Once I finish everything around that mansion over there, I'll be able to tear down that mansion and then expand the pillared hall. I'm considering actually just leveling everything over there and making it part of the city. I don't have to build the pillared hall right there. I just need to build certain areas. Makes it a lot faster. Of course, there's going to be some people that expect greatness right away. But what matters is that the effort is here. I'm putting in a lot of effort to make sure this build is excellent. And some people will want to see what this build looked like years ago. So I'm going to keep my build. I'm going to keep these archived on my channel so people can watch this 3 years from now and be like, wow, this is how he started? Because by the time I'm finished with this, people are going to want to know. And what's good is that I have these streams as proof that I built it in survival. You can't claim it's survival without proof. if you build it so great that it doesn't look like it's possible in survival, you gotta make sure there's proof. Proof is everything. I'm just going to continue, and what's good about it, you guys will watch this years from now, and if you guys are watching from the distant past, I'm going to say, from in the distant future, I'm going to say thank you very much for tuning in. What you see here is years of work. It's going to be years of work, and most of the time it's me working on this. Sadly, there's just some people who will doubt that, and I'm gonna be like, these streams are here. Here's the proof. I have a lot of fun just building this, so I did tell people. Oh, I'm so close to taking care of this area. And even if, but what's great about it is that this build, I am very thankful that I actually have this opportunity to build a build as big as I want. No permits, no asking Uncle Sam for permission to build it. And I'm able to build it as big, and I can take as long as possible as I want on it. I really hate it how some people intentionally keep their builds small so they can finish it quickly. Like, I don't build small. My builds are all about size. Size is everything to me. Which means it'll take a long time to build. And sadly, not a lot of people share my enthusiasm, so they want to stay away until I finish the foundations. because they don't want to help. They want to work on the city, but they don't want to help me build this. Do you think I should let them help if they weren't enthusiastic about building the foundations themselves? I say no. But I can be nice. Oh. And of course, as soon as I'm done with the foundations, if I do have players come on to help me build the city, I have final say of what gets built on here because I went to the trouble of building the foundations. To take down mountains as quickly as possible, you have to take your time. Taking your time will ensure that you can do a lot with very little. But I'm also saying that you should keep every part of the mountain you take out as small as possible. That way you can take it out faster. It's best to take it out in sections. And of course, take your time while doing it. But if you're not the patient type like I am, I suggest you listen to some YouTube videos on your phone or iPad or whatever means of watching YouTube you have. Or if you have another TV with a DVD or Blu-ray player in the room, you can actually have a movie play while doing this. At least you can enjoy some entertainment while you're working very hard on this build. Wonder what I did. I got all this. Some people are telling me that building the city too big will make it a very lonely place. But I'm like, to me, what matters is the journey to get there. Once the city is finished, oh, I'm going to have fun actually filming a few videos with a little bit of story involved. It's going to be interesting. Of course, as soon as I build the city and finish it, I'm actually gonna write down a nice history of it, so you guys, so some of the buildings will actually be given a little bit of purpose as soon as it's done. This is gonna be an empire of a city. I have to go and empty my inventory again. I know it gets a little annoying, but at least I have chests nearby, so I can keep doing this over and over until these chests are full, and I have to make new ones to replace the ones that are already full. Alright, I'm just going to continue building, and if you guys are liking what you've seen, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'm just going to keep going. It's a lot of fun building. I got all that to finish. As soon as I finish all this, I should be closer to finishing the pillared hall itself. The pillared hall is the most complicated and most useful, is the most important thing to get right in this server. Mainly because I have to take out entire mountains and hills in order to make the pillared hall possible. As soon as I started taking out mountains, I knew I wanted a pillared hall that would be so vast, so huge, that it would make players' jaws drop upon seeing the completed version. Right now, those are just first stage pillars over there, and everything here is just taking time. And I'm just going to say I am practicing for when other people are on here. I'm just working very hard. And welcome to the stream, by the way. I'm just going to say that even if people aren't watching my streams, I'm going to continue to build as if people are watching. Because think of it, 3 years from now, you guys will probably want to know how I started building this. So you guys are going to be watching this. So let's just say I'm actually building for the future. And also streaming for the future. That's important, right? Because that's usually what I do. When I like a certain YouTuber, I'll actually watch their earlier videos to see how they got to where they are today. Like Angry Joe. His earlier videos are not as good as his later videos, but at least they're there so people can actually see where he began. So I'm hoping that it'll be that way for my channel when I get as big, or not as big as him. I'm hoping to get to at least 10,000 subs, and I'll be happy with that. But if I get above that, that'd be wonderful. I'm just going to keep going. And of course, I play other games too besides Minecraft, but I'm just going to build, 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 and once I get this survival city finished, that's when I can start building another Minecraft build from the beginning, and this time I'd be streaming that 100%. So I'm just going to finish this build. I have to start what I finish. Otherwise, I gotta finish what I started before I can build anything else. That's why I've been building only on this server for the past few months. So it's important. So, and what's good about it, this stream gets plenty of hits in the long run. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Feel free to ask me any questions. Like, I like talking to people in my chat. So, welcome. Just building in my 14-month survival server I've been working on since December 2017. Sadly, you were shy. I like talking to people, just to be honest with you guys, that will be watching years from now. I like talking to people, but some of them are too shy to ask me questions. Because they're not used to somebody being personal and saying how you doing, you feel the power, having a great day, all that. Of course, people coming into the stream will only see this. They don't see the whole build. They only see this portion right here. And they're going to assume that this build is not good, and they're going to leave. They're going to expect it, but they don't understand that this is a colossal build. This is a colossal build that I've been working on for so long. It's so huge that I can't show the whole thing in one view, but you can at least see the size if I look this direction. Basically, I'm building the Titanic of mega cities in Minecraft. It's going to take a long time to get there. Like, all in survival, by the way, and also working alone. Working alone means it'll take a long time, it'll be a struggle, but at least it'll be a colossal city when it's finished. The foundations must be finished first before I can build the city itself. And welcome to the stream, by the way. You having a great day? I'm just working really hard, and I like acknowledging people when they're on my stream. Go ahead and ask me anything. I like having polite conversations with people. Like I'm taking out this, if you're curious, I'm taking out this mountain so I can build this pillared hall. Alright, I'm going to empty my inventory so I can give you an idea of what it's going to look like while I'm on my way there. I'm just looking at my phone for a second. Alright. As you can see here, this is how big it is so far. Just give me a second. I gotta empty my inventory. I'm gonna show you my build. Please don't leave. I'm gonna actually show you my build so you have an idea of what it'll be like when it's finished. And as you can see, this is where it was a few weeks ago. The mountain used to be right here, but now it's gone. Yeah, I just need to run over here so I can show you what's already finished. Due to the size of my build, I had to build tramway logistics tracks. Logistics is the art of moving resources from one area to the other, for those who are unaware of that word. Like, as you can see here, this is my survival build. This is what's already complete. Just not as... I'm going to complete the rest. It's just everything here is just taking a lot of time and effort. And might as well show you what the pillared hall will look like when it's finished. I'm working on expanding the pillared hall, but right now it's going to look like this when finished. The pillared hall is going to be the most detailed thing I have ever built in Minecraft, but the size of it is going to be the one thing that's going to make some players' mouths drop when they see it, when it's finished. If there's 6,000 pillars when I'm done with it, it's going to have 96,000 individual stone brick staircases. That's for all the pillars combined. Like, and this is all on a launch PS4, by the way. So this is not PlayStation 4 Pro. This is PlayStation 4. So let's just say this entire thing is I've been building for so long, and I am just so happy I've been able to take out 6 mountains. I took 5 mountains down with nothing but stone pickaxes. I eventually switched over to the diamond once I found a huge cache of it somewhere along the line while I was building. So all this, it's that big. This is going to be a huge city, and when I'm done taking out the mountains to the west, if you look at the map in the, one second, let me just get there. If you look at the map in the lower left, you are going to see how big the build is. And you see my white icon? That's how big it is. Just some people come into my server and judge it in the first 10 seconds, then leave. So I hope you got the message. I'm going to just get back to work because I need to. I've got to get back to work because I have a lot of stuff to finish before I end the stream, which is going to be 3 to 5 hours. It'd be very cool if I could get in contact with Mumbo Jumbo or Gran. I think that's what how you say his name. So they can actually see what I'm going to potentially be building here in the long run. Lots of potential. Love this stuff. I've seen some people build small builds and be proud of their accomplishments, but I got bored of small builds, so this is my attempt at building something huge. Of course, I'm not building the Titanic, but when I say Titanic, I mean large. It's another way of saying large, like you would say, this is gonna be a titan of a build, or something. Of course, some people are gonna say, when are you gonna build the Titanic? Because you said Titanic of a build. No, I said Titanic of a city, as in it's gonna be huge. Because back then, when the Titanic was being built, it was all about size. Colossal size. And of course, the reason, there were actually 3 ships in the ocean liner class. I'm trying to remember what they called it. Oh yeah. There was the Olympic. Oh yes, the Olympic class ships. They were called the Olympic class ships. We have the Olympic, which is the first ship that came out of the shipping yard. Then there was Titanic that came next. Then Britannic. But originally Britannic was going to be named Gigantic. So Olympians were it all comes from Greek mythology. The Olympians were the triumphant gods. The Titans were defeated, and the giants, they sided with the Titans. Thus, they were banished too. So I'm just saying, I'm a big fan of history, so I can talk about history while I'm working on my build, because I like basing a lot of my builds off historical stuff. Like, this is why I'm trying to build a medieval Victorian city. So I'm basing what I'm going to be building here to be architecture based on 15th century Europe. So it's going to be a fun ride. Even if I do. once I take care of all this, it's gonna make it easier for me to finish the pillared hall. If I can get it finished by May, that would be interesting. One of the reasons why I have to do it myself is that a lot of players refuse to do it this way, where you take it out 2 blocks at a time like this. A lot of them will just do this randomly like this. No, that's not how you do it. You take it out like this, that way you can take it out faster. That way you can take it out layer by layer. You take out 2 layers at once, you're able to get a lot done faster. It takes a little while, but if you do it in sections, you can get a lot done. Basically, I'm playing Minecraft not because it's popular, but because it's the only game that gives me almost unlimited freedom to build whatever I want. I'm just gonna keep working on this. It's all good. Now that I got it down to a point where I can get some work done, now I can take it out in sections, like I said before. Like, get it to a point that you're comfortable with, then take it out section by section. If you make it 5 block sections every time, you'll be able to take it out faster, a little bit at a time, to the point where it's smaller. I got all this, it's all good. Save the game. That way my work isn't for nothing. had to see if there was a holiday or maybe people were busy. Temporarily, I gotta put these torches here so I can actually see, and also you guys can see. I gotta get more materials for making pickaxes. I got all this to build and destroy. Very nice. What's good about it is that the bigger this build gets, the richer I become. Because as I take out the land, I actually get more materials. More materials I can actually put to good use. I gotta go empty my inventory, and I gotta go I'll be able to build hundreds of buildings in this when it's done. At least I know my pillared hall will be the largest build in the server. The largest. Nothing will top it. I have to get some more diamonds. Mm-hmm. In a little while, I'm gonna have to go down below and actually check my machine and see if it's still running. I gotta make some more diamond pickaxes. take it out section by section, you're able to do a lot. I don't know how many hours I'd put into this build since I started it, but I was putting 12-hour days into this build during the summer of 2018. Wow, what a jackpot. I just found a lot of iron and coal. As I'm taking out the mountains, I'm becoming rich. I will grab this iron as soon as I take out another section. Wow. When I started building in Minecraft, started building this 14 months ago, I actually thought that having a lot of iron was an impossibility. But now that I've taken out a lot of mountains, let's just say I'm going to have a ton of iron by the time I'm done with this, and I'll be able to build whatever I want. Alright, if you guys want to build big in Minecraft like I'm trying to do, huge, my advice is simple. Come up with a big plan, but start small. Like, now I'm taking out all of this. It's going to take a long while. But I'm just taking out areas. Sadly, some people don't understand that. Just everything here. I've learned over the past 14 months of building this to efficiently take out entire mountains. Lots of coal. Alright, I was hoping there was more iron under this plate, but better than nothing. Liberation. We got all this. I am almost done with this area, and then I can keep going. Better save the game, make sure. Like, I always do that when I build on here. That's mainly so all this hard work never goes to waste. Hello. How you doing? It's good to have somebody ask me. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, this is all on PS4. Since you're the only one here, I might as well give you a tour. But as you can see here, this is this is the biggest building project I have ever built in Minecraft. And like everybody keeps coming in. They come in for a few seconds, they look around a little bit, then they leave thinking that that's it. But they don't understand. Like, let me just sleep here and make it daylight. Yeah. But look at this. I never thought I would make it this big 14 months ago when I started. This was early December of 2017 when I started building this. Early, very early. So I didn't start filming. I mean, I've been filming pre-recorded videos of me building this for the past 10 months. But as you can see here, due to the size of my build, I had to build logistics routes. For those who don't understand logistics, it's the art of moving stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Just give me a second. Like, this is the most complete part of the world. But not exactly finished yet. Just everything you see here is a work in progress. And as you can see, I got big plans. This is where we are right here. This is where I was building right there. My cursor right there. Yeah, this is the build right here. This is where I was building. As soon as I'm done, I'm going to actually build right up to here. Then as soon as I get to right here, then I got to build walls all the way up to here. Oh, thank you. And that's Sturgeon Designs. Oh, that's my dad's channel. Thank you very much. And as you can see here, look, you connect the entire thing, and the wall will be like this, and it will be a huge build when it's finished. And as you can see, server founded December 2017, project build survival. This is 100% in survival. There is no host privileges, there is no create mode. You can actually earn trophies in this world. So, but as you can see, this is what the completed pillared hall will look like when the whole thing is done. Right now I have first stage pillars all around because I decided to finish the pillared hall before actually adding the detail to the rest of the pillars. These are going to actually be beneath the city when I start building the city. So these pillars will take a lot of time to build. They take a lot of time to build, and I have my logistics tunnels. They go down, but all of this is a huge build overall. Yeah, it's hard for me to find people who are patient enough to help me, mainly because I have to deal with different time zones and different schedules. And I've been working on this 95% of the time. I'm on here by myself. But if you send me your username for PSN, I'll add you to my friends list, and maybe I'll give you a private tour later when I'm done with my stream. I stream this every day. This is the 19th episode of REDSEACRAFT. Live REDSEACRAFT, and that's great. I live in Michigan, which is a border state, like United States, United States myself. But I work very hard on my build. The goal of this build is to build a huge all right. I'll try and add you to my friends list later. But as you can see here, the goal of this is to build a huge medieval Victorian city, and build it in such a way that people will ask, was it built in survival? Was it built in create? And I'll tell them, no, survival from start to finish. Some people, some people will doubt that. That's why I've been streaming myself building this. And also been filming. I've been doing pre-recorded videos as well of me building this. That date all the way back to April 24th of 2018. Yeah. And as you can see, just it's a slow process. Some people will look at this and not see how much time and effort I put into it. Some of them will just doubt the complexity of the world and just leave without asking me any questions. That's why I leave the chat open, and I like talking to people like you and other people. And I try my best to be nice to everybody on the stream, no matter how mean they are to me. And of course, working so hard, I got my channel to 191 subscribers as of yesterday. I'm actually pretty thankful to have that many. And if you're curious about the texture pack, I'm building in fantasy. Oh, all right. I can tell you my story. All right. In 2016, I started this YouTube channel more as a way for me to have an account on YouTube. I didn't bother making any videos for my channel until June of 2017. So, let's just say it took a little bit of inspiration. I found this one guy on PSN. His name was Demo God. He had his own YouTube channel. And I let him have a tour of my earlier build, which was the Sand Palace. If you want to watch a video that shows the Sand Palace in pure detail, you can watch Sand Palace Montage. That's one of my earlier videos, and that was actually my second video on the channel. And let's just say, but I had to remaster it because it got copyright claimed because of the music in the background. I mean, re-upload it and actually put some new music in the background. But let's just say this guy inspired me, and I decided, why can't I do my own channel, and why can't I show off my Minecraft building techniques? Which I did. I started showing off my Sand Palace, which was the largest build I had ever built at the time. But then somebody went on to my Sand Palace while I was streaming and griefed it, and I switched it to create mode to fix it. Then I decided to move on and start all over, and this is what I started over with. I didn't have after working for so long on that Sand Palace and having to start over from scratch, it took a lot of mental preparation and a lot of hours trying to figure out what can I do to start over from scratch. And then I decided, why not start a medieval Victorian server and actually have my own spin on it and actually build it large, huge, colossal. Which means it's taking a lot of time. I'm building the foundations right now, which will take the longest time to build. And my channel was actually knocking at death's gates when I started building this. I started building this in December 2017, but my channel slowly but surely started to grow after I started uploading and doing more streams. But as soon as I started doing my Minecraft stuff in April 2018, that's when my channel really started to take off. Like, I went from 77 subscribers in March to 191 today. Like, give it time. I'm gonna actually have. I'm hoping to reach 1,000 by 2020. But if I keep going, that is. I try to stream at least 5 days a week. Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Sundays, I like to dominate those days with me building this. But on Fridays and Saturdays, I like playing different games. That way, there's a little bit of diversity to the channel. Different games, different stuff. Like, I'm planning to play some Red Dead Online next Friday, and Bloodborne for. Oh, thank you very much. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love it. Thank you very much. I try very hard to make it entertaining, and I'm still learning how to do YouTube every day. I'm still learning. Everybody's a student when you start a YouTube channel. And this is my second attempt at a YouTube channel. My original channel died on the Vine. I didn't know what to do, but I won't fail with this one. And of course, the guy DemoGod, if you were to go to his try to type his name in the search bar, his channel doesn't exist anymore. He deleted his channel after reaching 300 subs. Thank you very much. Thank you. But what do you think? The guy who inspired me deleted his channel. It's he actually said nobody was people kept searching for his channel, but he decided to just delete his channel, and I was like, I told him he was making a mistake. He wouldn't listen. But that was when my channel was at like 45 subscribers, so he wouldn't listen to me. I was trying to tell him, you are at 300 subscribers. You should be happy you got to that many. But then he told me it's not growing fast enough. I'm like, I still call what I liked his channel. He did a great job with it, but it's just very sad he threw it all away just because. Oh, thank you. And I'm a very nice guy to talk to. You ask, I like giving tips on how to build big in Minecraft, and I also. Oh, that'll be awesome. It'll take. Like I'm working very hard on this, and I know some people will misjudge this build until it's finished. That makes sense? Like, they're going to misjudge it because all they see is me knocking away at a mountain like this. Like, but when it's done, people will be able to go back years from now and actually be able to watch these streams and actually be like, wow, he really did build it in survival. That's why I'm streaming this. That way I have proof that I built it in survival. That's another reason why I'm building building on stream. That way I can actually prove to people this is pure survival. I really don't like Minecraft servers where host privileges is on, because the host could easily turn to create mode at any time. So, and of course, I just find that unfair that if he can do that, but if I limit myself and get rid of host privileges and just build in survival, it'll be interesting to see how big I can build a city without having the ability to get materials out of thin air. I might as well go check on my machine. Like, it is possible to build stone building machines. Like, I have a machine producing stone brick as I speak to you, so I might as well go check on it. I'll show you the inner workings of my nerve center. The nerve center of my server is the most important thing. And sometimes I hate it when I forget to get the tram car back. So, time to walk. Maybe I should put a chest right there with some extra chests. Extra tram cars. Like, I'm more of a lone wolf when it comes to building in Minecraft, but if people can keep up with me, I'm okay with people being on the server. Just nowadays, I prefer working alone, just because, you know, the fear of somebody griefing your build. I still remember when I was griefed on that live stream. But that was when I was actually streaming on Twitch. I don't stream on Twitch anymore, mainly because it doesn't, the Twitch live stream, it doesn't, you know, stay after you're done streaming. As you can see here, the machine is still going. This was built by one of my friends on PSN. He actually built this. I got him all the redstone and the iron he needed to do this, because taking out mountains actually has a good downside. It makes me rich in the process. Because the more I take out mountains, the more iron and coal I get. And look how much, look how many hoppers I have here. This is where all the stone goes after it's produced, and it ensures that I actually have the stone bricks, so I can keep building in survival, and actually do it in a timely fashion, so I can keep streaming without having to waste hours being in there producing the stone brick. As you can see, this is where all the stone goes after it's smelted. As you can see here, that's stone, 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 stone. Let's just say I have plenty of stone brick. I'm just checking on it every now and then just in case there's a problem. Because sometimes the machine will clog, so you need to make sure it doesn't, you know, clog. And right now I know the machine is going well if this light's on. If this light is on, that means the machine is on and it's running smoothly. When the light turns off, that means it's either out of coal or stone. So this thing is powered 100% by coal. I used to do it by lava, but it became a bit of a hassle going back and forth to the Nether to get the lava. So it just takes a while. And of course, this was actually, I mean, as you can see right here, if you look right here, Canadian Gaming. I'm just gonna call you Canadian. Is that okay? Alright. As you can see right here, this is where this is actually the first room I ever built in the server. My underground greenhouse. Alright. This is my underground greenhouse. This was the first room I built in the server. This took 3 weeks to build. 3 weeks. Mainly because this was the first project I built for myself in the server. And when I started, it was 5 blocks deep. It was right about here. And I decided, why not build the ceiling? Then as soon as I'm done with the ceiling, start building down. Which I did. I didn't have to go up there to build the ceiling. I just built it down. And this was what made my greenhouse awesome. And I built it like this. Some of my friends were impressed, but a lot of them didn't understand that this was the start of something big. And of course, I built this room to store materials. And of course, this is this is a sorting system one of my friends made. I can put whatever I want in here and it'll automatically go into these chests, or go into these chests if it's not compatible with what you see here. Alright, just stay tuned. Just stay and watch till the end, and you send me a friend request. Look, here's my username if you want to send me a user. SISKO1234 is great. Like, that's my or Cisco 1234 is great. That's my username. Red Sea Gaming is my YouTube channel name. Or just call me Red Sea, or just Red. I just had to check that. Now I can go. But look, this is why I need all the stone brick I can get right here. As you can see right here, these walls take a long time to build by yourself. Oh. I will in a second. Just give me a moment. But as you can see here, these walls are not cheap to make because you have to go to the trouble of making chiseled stone brick and staircases. Alright, 1 second. S. 1 second. Alright. Alright, you gotta put a T at the end. I accidentally forgot the T. So, that happens. You gotta put a T at the end. That's been my username for 7 years. I mean, actually, now that it's 2019, make it... Alright, make it 8 years because just at the time I didn't know what to name myself, so I named myself Cisco1234 is great. And as of today, I have 3,905 PlayStation trophies on my thing. On my account. So I've been playing a lot of games. As you can see right here, this is a planned spot where I can place a fort in the wall. These walls are very time consuming to build. And it just which is why I'm focusing more on just expanding the pillared hall. That tramway right there. Alright, cool. That tramway right there is what's left of a tramway that used to go to the end portal. But I'm going to start tearing it down because I'm going to remake it. Like, make it smaller so I can actually keep expanding. Alright, cool. Now I know who you are. Just give me a... I'm intending to stream for 1 more hour before I get started. So... I usually play offline because usually my internet is good when I'm the only one doing it. But when I have multiple people on here, when I have multiple people on here, I one time had 8 people on a stream for Minecraft, and the stream glitched. It destroyed the stream, and 5 hours of streaming was gone. So I need to be careful. and I try to stream at least 5 days a week, except Mondays and Thursdays. I take Monday and Thursday off, and I'm able to just sit back, relax, and just either get back to work on this or just play another game I have in my collection. I have like 200 games on my 200 games on my PS4 alone, so I have a lot to choose. And during the summer of 2018, I put 12-hour days into building this server alone. I'm very ambitious, and I'm hoping to one day have this channel at least be something that I can do. Like I love video games. I also love building in video games, so it's kind of fun. At some point, I'll show you how that machine works, but I will give you a tour. And will you help your friends, tell your friends about me after that? That'd be cool. And I'm just working on this Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But I always take the weekends to play other games as well. I'm sorry. When I'm streaming, I have to be on the server by myself. There's just internet problems if I play with more than one player. But I'm just building in my survival YouTube server. This is 14 months of work, and I'm just going to continue. Alright, thank you for understanding, Chrissy. I mean, is that correct, how I said that? Chrissy Russell? Like, you guys having a great day? Feeling the power? Feeling the power is another way of saying you having a good day. So, if you're curious. I got all this done today. Just give me a second, and I'm going to make it daylight for you guys so you guys can see. That's cool. My birthday is on April 4th. So I was born April 4th. My parents sometimes joke with me and tell me, you should have been born April 1st as a joke. But no, I was born April 4th. 3 days. I was saved from being an April Fool. That's great. I'm 26. I'll be 27 in April. And I'm just, as you can see, this is what I've been working on for the past couple streams. Like 10 streams ago, of episode 10, I mean episode 9, I was right about here. Expanding. This was all mountains. I was pushing all this back. And I will do that because I'll be able to find you because you subscribe to me. I'll be able to subscribe to you. I just have to be careful because I can help, but I like helping other YouTubers succeed. If you succeed, I can succeed. Like, everybody works together for a common end. And now I got all this. Like, what I'm attempting to do here for the other person who's in here is I'm trying to get all this leveled out so I can build my pillared hall. I've already showed Canadian what this is going to look like when it's finished, but just everything here is just a big build to the point where it's a bit slow working by yourself over long hours, but at least I'm able to get a lot of stuff done. Where I'm standing was once ocean. Right, this was ocean right here. As you can see, I'm going to grab this coal later, but this was once at the bottom of the ocean right here. I actually pushed it all the way back over here. And if I were to go up here, that's cool. I try to keep my personal information private. Like, I can say I live in Michigan, but that's about it. Like, I don't say what city I live at. You gotta be careful nowadays. Some people are... But as you can see here, I mean, like, as you can see here, this is going to be a wall right here. This is just the foundations of what the city walls will be. Like, I'm trying to build something like Jericho. Places like Jericho, they had a big wall, but except this is more of a city wall. Like they call it the land of Canaan. Back in biblical times, the land of fortified cities, as in they had walls. But of course, I'm not trying to build biblical cities. I'm trying to build an entire Victorian medieval city. So I'm talking 16th through 17th century. Just everything here just takes a lot of time. I'm planning to do something with this right here. Make this part of the city. But it's not going to be the pillared hall. It's going to be flattened stone brick area. Rather than digging down for every single thing, it does become a little bit of a pain to build the pillared hall. Oh, that's great. I got that last Christmas. I managed to play through half of Heavy Rain, but I haven't had the time to play it since. But I'm going to at least try it later, but I can't play it for stream because I hear David Cage likes to. The company likes to copyright claim people who stream those games. So I gotta be careful. When you're a big YouTuber you can actually avoid having that happen. But if you're a small YouTuber, you have little or no defense against somebody who claims stuff on your channel. You just have to be very careful when your channel is young and you don't want your channel destroyed. You'll be able to defend your channel later once your channel gets a good following. Like there was Channel Awesome, which had the Nostalgia Critic on there. He was reviewing a movie. My neighbor, he was reviewing a movie, and he got a copyright claim, and all of a sudden YouTube came down on him and took away his monetization. And it would have stayed that way if the Nostalgia Critics fans weren't there. And they were, and he managed to get his monetization back. But of course, due to me only having 192 subscribers, it's that would be hard for YouTube to listen to with that many. So it's more like, you know, better safe than sorry. Like, before I even start streams, I even do research on what other YouTubers do to prevent this. I'm impressed by some of their strategies, but they have the advantage of having thousands of subscribers. But I don't complain. Just, you know, better safe than sorry. So, what do you do on your channel, Canadian? Alright. I recommend you check out my my video, Sand Palace Re-Uploaded. That was my attempt at making a video that showcased one of my earliest builds. It doesn't have the detail that this build has, but it was an early attempt by me. That was when I was starting to like Minecraft. So go ahead and check that out. Alright? Sand Palace montage, or just scroll down until you find it. Alright. But Canadian, I must tell you, nowadays YouTube is more interested in watch minutes. Like, I figured that out years ago, like, where if you make a long video but somebody only watches 5 minutes of it, that's good. But if you have 20 people watch 5 minutes of your stream, 20 times 5 minutes, that's 100 overall watch minutes. I found that out. Like, so streaming is the best way to get those watch minutes, as long as it's entertaining. Got all this to expand. At least I've gotten a lot of progress done today. Before I start I stream every day except Mondays and Thursdays, Canadian, but during the weekdays, we're talking Tuesday and Wednesday, and Friday, I only stream at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, which is and some of my viewers hail as far as Poland. So a lot of them, I got asked a lot by my Polish viewers to start streaming on at 1 p.m. That's great. That's great. I will check your channel later, all right? So far, I have almost 300 videos on my channel. One of the reasons why I like Minecraft so much is because this is one of the games when you can just relax. I turn off all mobs. This is peaceful, 100% peaceful. I don't even want to fight monsters. I just want to work hard on my build. Without interruptions. And what's like I can talk to people while I build. That's why I'm talking to you. Like, imagine when I get to a 1,000 subs and I have 20 people at once in my stream. To me, 20 people at once would make me how am I able to talk to people if there's so many people coming into my stream at once? But that's one thing I'll have to deal with as I get bigger. Oh, I recommend before you do that, I'm just going to give you some advice. I'm already giving another channel that's almost 100 subscribers bigger than me. My advice is simple. If you're going to stream, make sure you get ample sleep and make sure you do at least 2 to 3 hours. If you can't do 2 to 5, 3 to 5 hours like I can. Because if you do pre-recorded videos when you're a small channel, like my oldest videos have 45 views, or my biggest video has almost 3,000 views on it. But that's because I was actually in St. Louis filming a Halloween trade show that happens in March. I'll be doing the same when I go there again in St. Louis. Like, Halloween trade show. And that got me 3,000 views overnight. And my channel exploded, and it went from 77 subscribers to 95 subscribers. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can't see. I got it. That better? I have torches now. Usually because the bed's too far away for me to go as fast as possible to it. Alright. Alright, that's good. Mostly, I just don't want to be, griefed while doing a stream ever again, like what happened with my Sand Palace. That's one of the reasons why I prefer doing the streams alone. Of course, I did have some people on here before during a stream, but the problem was it was hard for me to concentrate on building when they kept asking me what should I do. But How many videos do you have on your channel? I'm just asking out of curiosity. Alright, good. Alright, at least you're not one of those YouTube channels that, you know, say please subscribe, but then I go to their channel and look, and they have only 1 or 2 videos. I'm like, if you want me to subscribe so badly, why aren't you making videos? That's the one thing I keep asking some of these people when they ask me to subscribe to them. Or, like, just nowadays we're getting to a point where some people are getting to, I mean, alright, let me rephrase that. Getting to a point where they expect a subscriber even though they're not putting in the effort to make the videos. That's what I'm saying. And when I was barely getting 1 or 2 views at the start of my channel, I just persevered and kept going. Keep uploading good videos. Keep uploading good videos, and the viewers will eventually come. But I recommend you, if you're gonna do streams, Canadian, I'm gonna recommend that you schedule your streams. Like, I usually go for, I stream 5 days a week, but if you can't do 5 days a week, and if you have college studies or something, I recommend you do 3 days a week, or maybe 2 days a week. If you just take the weekend. If you take the weekend to do it, that's one thing. But if your internet cannot handle 720p, I recommend going 360p high, because you have many options. Alright, good. You in college? College, you know, I don't go to college myself. It's just, alright, good. Nobody wants to be burdened with college debt, if you know what I mean. Where you'll be in debt to this college for years. Alright, the sun's coming up. This is the one problem with having no host privileges. You have to live with the fact that the sun goes down. I can work very well at night, all the time. Just, but I gotta keep on making it daylight for you guys. In a second, I'm gonna take a break from doing this and actually gonna show you the rest of the build. This build is huge. It's so huge that I could actually fit my house along with the 4 acres my family owns in it, and still have space for 100 vehicles. Just building big, because I'm actually building to a goal right here. One second, I gotta build up here so I can show you how big this build will be. Every mountain you see here is going to be coming down block by block. All of it. And of course, sadly, one of my friend's houses has to go. this entire lake is gonna be flattened and transformed. Yeah, I only do Tuesdays and Wednesdays for the weekdays. But it's when summer comes is when I have to revamp the schedule. And as you can see, this is how far the pillared hall will go. This block right here. And look at all this I have to do to get here. You see that mansion? That mansion's going to be torn down because it's not built by me, it's built by the game. You know, it was generated. So I can't take credit for it, so I'm going to tear it down. So all of it all the way to that block over there. Yeah. But also try to do at least 2 hours if you can't do 3. And just so you know, just to be honest with you, streaming is mentally exhausting if you don't get ample sleep. Like, alright, here we go. As you can see right here, all of this is first stage pillars before I add the detail. As you can see right here, I've been working very hard in this area as well. Since I'm one builder, it just takes a long while for me I have to focus on one section of the build at a time. Sometimes I'll take a break on one section and then I'll go over there. And the idea is to get it right to that block so I can just finish the pillared hall, put all the stone brick here, and that mountain's coming down too, all the way. I've taken out 6 mountains since I began this build, with nothing but stone pickaxes. As you can see here, I haven't put stone brick here yet, but of course. And I've also figured out a way of taking out a lake very quickly without resorting to sponges or sand. And cool. What you think of the size of it, look how long it takes me to walk from one end to the other. And look, you can't even see the mansion anymore. As I told you, this is going to be a huge city when completed. And of course, look, I'm also mass producing obsidian in survival. Of course, eggs is protein. Yum yum. And look at this. This is obsidian right here. I'm going to put a layer of obsidian across here. I'm going to leave this hollow so I can actually build a northern HQ, because this was once a lake. Entirely, this was once a lake. I am not kidding. And this is how tall the lake was when I started taking care of it. I've left this dirt here to show how big I had to build ladders in order to take out the lake. It took a week to take out this lake, and I'm going to actually turn it into a northern HQ. Alright, good. But as you can see here, all this is months of work. Eventually I'm going to stop working over there and come back and work over here. It's important. So, and look at this. As I start putting dirt down, cows and other animals will come. And as you can see, these walls, I still haven't detailed them yet, but I'm still working on it. When I have an undetailed wall, usually it has a cobblestone core. This is what a wall looks like before I add the detail, and as you can see, first stage detail is being applied. And this is what the completed detailed wall is like, but the dirt is only there for scaffolding. As soon as I'm done with the wall, I can remove the dirt and leaving a very nice wall in the process. That's great, Canadian. That's great. Yeah, I better take this with me because it's gonna get dark. Just in case it gets dark. And as you can see here, this is what the completed wall looks like without the dirt. Like, this took me a few weeks to perfect the technique I used to make these walls. As you can see, stone brick, chiseled stone brick, stairs, chiseled stone brick, and rinse and repeat until I get to the desired height. This is going to be a huge city. Once I'm done with the pillared hall, I'll be able to start planning and zoning the area so I can build churches, houses, all sorts of stuff. Hundreds of buildings could be built in this. And it's going to be huge. Like, I remember me working on these. I mean, it was May of 2018 when I actually was working on these walls right here. What stream quality? I recommend 360p high because if your internet can't keep up with 720p, it's going to go all pixelate. Your entire stream could go pixelate mode where instead of showing the detail you want, it'll just go pixelate like you see like bad TV if it's not connected properly will do that. I mean, probably I'll have to show you an example at some point. But as you can see here, this is a big build. No. If you go 720p high 60 FPS and your internet can't keep up with it, it's not going to work. You could probably, if your internet can't keep up with that, your internet, you could probably maintain the quality for at least an hour if your internet is strong enough. But if your internet is strong enough to handle it, I'm impressed. But right now, the pixel rate I'm doing for this stream is 360p high. Because at one point I used to do 720p, but then I realized, man, the quality, my internet just can't keep up with it. Because it's the upload speed you have to be concerned about when you do streaming. The upload speed. If you look at your internet quality, go and test your PS4 internet. All right, 360p high means you can actually stream almost indefinitely. You don't have to worry about your internet giving out if you only have the highest, my upload speed is 1.9 megabytes per second. But my internet download speed is 20 gigabytes per second. 20 megs per second. 20 megs per second unlimited, but the upload speed is what you have to factor in when you're deciding what resolution you can afford. If you have 5 megabytes upload speed, probably 720p is possible. But as you can see, look at this view. Could you imagine the city finished and all those buildings being right there inside there? As you can see right here, this is going to be the castle when I start building it. You can't build a medieval city without a castle. Yep. But just for quality's sake, there's going to be some people that'll be mean and say, oh, it's not 720p. I'm not watching this. But just ignore those people. They don't know what is quality, because usually, as long as I can actually see what I'm doing in the stream, or as long as I can see what's going on in the stream, it doesn't matter what streaming quality it is, as long as you can actually see what's going on. Like when I do 720p high, I tried 720p low and my internet couldn't even handle that. If you want to test your internet quality on your PS4, I would go to network settings, and there's an option that's called test your internet. Basically, that means when you're streaming, you're actually competing with your phone and other appliances that are connected to the internet when you're uploading and streaming. Just to help you there. And as you can see here, I'm going to get back to work. I just showed you the length, but of course I'm going to show you around once you're on here. And yeah, it took me a lot of time to figure out what pixel rate was necessary, and I realized that getting your pixel rate to a desired thing, because you have to make sure you're uploading and downloading, because you're basically when you're streaming, your console is throwing data, uploading data to YouTube. And also downloading feedback, like you actually sending me a message. It's downloading the information I need so I can see your message. If name it anything you want. Like, alright, my world is called REDSEACRAFT. I named it after my YouTube channel. But here's the number one thing you should do when naming your world. Make sure you name it something that's easy to understand. Right now, REDSEACRAFT, I named it after. Red Sea is after my YouTube name, and also craft is for Minecraft. Like I have this. It's going to be a long-term thing. This is a long-term server, and I've already told my viewers that were on here previously. What I'm building here is a 3-year project. I've already put 14 months into it, so that leaves me another 25 months to get this finished. If Pixar can take 4 years to make a movie, I can take my time with building this. And number one thing when you do something like this, do not expect instant gratification. I understand some people get impatient. Yeah, but I understand some people get impatient, but people have to understand instant gratification won't get you anywhere. I've been very patient with my YouTube channel. From when it was only getting 1 or 2 views per video, to only getting 1 or 2 visitors per stream. So I'm just gonna be patient. I'm actually pretty happy people are able to look at my channel and see that I'm making progress. I don't really care what seed it is, because I usually destroy everything in the seed to form it in the way I want to see it. As you can see, this was just a random seed I actually selected, and I managed to get to what I see here. Just to tell you the truth, the seed is not important unless you want to build. If you want to build a water world, make a world that only has water only. But of course, if you're building in survival, that's going to be a little hard. And build something long term, and it's a lot of fun to build it in survival and long term. Just so you know. If you have friends that'll help you, that's good. If you're not used to building by yourself. And by the way, Canadian, thank you very much for asking me questions. I like answering them. And I also say my own opinion on certain subjects, so at least you're patient enough to understand that. But make sure but when you do start a world, please take your time and start building small. Don't build large right away. You have to build something that's actually a miniature of what you want to achieve in the server. That's why I have that small little compound over there that's finished, so people have an idea of how big and how... That thing is small, but when it's done, that's going to be the huge size of the city. I'm not going to have a square city like that, but that's just an example so people have an idea. Nice. You want to know, it was not easy to get to 100 subscribers myself. There were times in the early days where I almost threw in the towel. So, but as far as I can tell, like, as far as I can tell, I got to the point where the channel is stabilized. I'm able to upload. Yesterday I had at least 40 views on my live stream, and I got over 5 likes. And my Minecraft stream on Friday, I think it was last Friday or this Friday, got 40 views and 9 likes. So people are liking the content, but I think today people are busy. Sometimes you have to understand that people have lives. I understand that for a fact. So if people don't have time to go onto my stream, don't worry, they can watch my stream later. Because some people will actually watch my stream hours after it's done. Hopefully, somebody like Gran or Mumbo Jumbo will actually look at it one day. You just need to get big enough that you gotta get big enough that these big YouTubers will become aware of you. Alright. Just to save the game. Alright, you want to see my sand palace in my early build before I end the stream? It's not on this server. I have to go to a different server in order to show you. I still have it. Alright, good. Just give me a second. Let me just collect this this iron and coal. This is why I don't go into mines that much anymore. This is where I get my materials. As I'm building my expansion to my pillared hall, I keep finding coal and iron. And on smaller occasions, I find gold too. I do go into mines when I get bored, but just I rarely do. When I don't want monsters to spawn in here, I usually fill it up. Because sometimes I do change the difficulty to a certain thing, so I can actually get my level up. You see those levels at the bottom? That's all from collecting coal on taking this out alone. Alright, I'm gonna go and show you my Sand Palace world. This is 100% in survival at one point, but then somebody griefed it, and I switched it over to create mode to fix it, and ruining the build in the process. This one is a huge build. And I named it Giant Home. One second, I gotta put it in the... Alright, that's cool. One second, I gotta look for... I have to show you it in the way I built it. Like, I built it in the city texture pack. There it is. Here we go. And this server changed everything. I used to not like Minecraft so much. Oh, sorry about this. This was actually a failed attempt at making a tutorial on how to make a grief-proof house. Like, I didn't like how I sounded. Look, I was making something about how to make it grief-proof. So I put I showed how to make molds and actually build a house from top to bottom, using obsidian as the third case. That way nobody could break in. But I'm going to show you what I have over here. Alright. What you're seeing here is 6 to 8 months of work. It's abandoned today, but I keep it on my PS4 as a reminder. And look, this was once a desert. I took out the entire desert just to get the materials I needed for the pillared hall. I mean, no, not the pillared hall, the Sand Palace. And as you can see here, basically, I was watching a lot of YouTube while working on this. And, like, I watch YouTube while I build. So, but as you can see here, this was when I was still building in survival. So, this entire thing, this actually provided the sand I needed to build the sandstone for the first 6 months. And then once I ran out, I had to find other deserts to make up for lost, materials. So give me a second. I'm going to get me a tram car. Like I told you, somebody griefed it. I switched over to create. But this tramway was built 100% in survival. And of course, this is lots of time building by myself. This was before I had internet. It's not detailed. I wasn't used to detailing buildings at the time. I was still learning how to detail buildings at the time. And I usually like to stick to one material, which is why I overdid it with the sandstone. This was mid 2015 when I started building this. But it's the size that made a lot of players' jaws drop. And of course, this building was built in survival, but I can't lie. I mean, this is survival, this is create. Survival, create. Survival. Mainly because I was griefed. I was really angry, but I did manage to build a lot of stuff in the next few months. This is 100% in survival right here, because we're above the water. It was fun building this. Alright, this room, this tower, is 100% survival. I built this all by myself, and this is how I built it. This was once a mountain. I actually encased it in sandstone. And then once I encased it in sandstone, I was able to use the mountain to build the tower, and then I removed the mountain a little bit at a time as I started building up. And then as soon as I removed the mountain, it was left with this. And of course, it might not look like much, but without this sand palace, I would not be building my REDSEACRAFT server right now. It inspired me. I was watching a lot of History Channel stuff on the pyramids, Egyptians. But if I turn off the music, if I turn off the lights, this is when the city comes alive. There's roughly 10,000 torches. I don't know how many, but look. What do you think? I had plans to build extra stories right here, extra floors, but it's not my best work. After I got griefed, I decided, okay, REDSEACRAFT, I'm actually going to make it the best looking city. And of course, here's the kicker. I wanted to build it all in detail. That's what REDSEACRAFT is. This was just a build that I worked on for months by myself. This was before I had good internet, so I couldn't play with anybody. I had no means of communicating with other players on PSN at the time. So I built all this myself, and of course, as you can see, it's abandoned today. I have no intention of coming back and getting back to work on this. You help me, I help you, right? But of course, I'm really proud of this building right here. Look at this building. You want to know why I'm so proud of it? This is 100% in survival. Look at this. You send me if you put a comment on this stream after I'm done streaming for the day, I will go to your channel, because sometimes I forget. I forget people who ask me to do that. All right, just trying to help you. But look at this. This is 100% in survival. This was when I was still learning how to build in Minecraft. So this build, I actually had a lot of fun building, because I was like, what if I build it, instead of a square building, why not build it with different angles? And that's what I did. And I left it as is. Like, I was hoping to build something that looked like ancient Egypt. So it was, and then there's this. I'm pretty proud of it, and of course, and this was the last main project I was going to do before deciding, okay, I'm only ruining the legacy of this build that was built in survival. This was supposed to be the largest Coliseum I had ever built in Minecraft. but it's abandoned, not finished. Mainly because I was griefed, and I felt, switching it over to create, I hate create mode. So no matter how bad it gets for REDSEACRAFT, I will never switch it over to create. Probably if I make a copy of it and make it and create so people can tour it while flying, maybe, but not the main one. And as you can see here, I got it all here, but if I go down here, look at this. This is what's left of the desert beneath it. The desert I actually destroyed just to get the sand needed for other places. But as you can see here, this is what remains of one of the logistics towers. I would actually build tramways that go all the way over, and it would go all the way into the Sand Palace construction site. And these guys are still full of materials. Or at least this one is. Yes. And it's abandoned. That's why I'm trying to recreate my large build, but this time do it in pure survival. I lose interest immediately if it's just handed to me. Alright, this part of the tramway has been here since the early days of the server. Like, I built this all in survival. But of course, this tramway is still here. But this was what's left of the build. All abandoned, but still, I put a lot of time and effort into building it. So, what do you think? It's not my best. It's not my best work. Even if it doesn't look the best, I still had a fun time building it. Yeah. You see this room here? This is 100% survival here. This room right here. The ceiling is actually how tall the mountain was. When I took it out. But if I go in here, this was when I was still learning how to do Minecraft. I'm just reminding people. I'm still proud of this tower right here, mainly because I had 3 years ago, this was when I was new to Minecraft. So, I mean, I've been playing Minecraft for 5 years, but I never had that much interest in it until I got to the PS4. As you can see here, I built this tower. This tower is amazing. Like mainly because I made stairs that match each other. It's not the outlook, it's just the effort I put into it. And of course, I built all this. An abandoned building right here I was going to build, but I ran out of time. Abandoned, all abandoned. Probably I would actually rebuild this a lot better if I started from the beginning. There were attempts for me to make it survival again so I could get trophies on it, but I decided it was best to leave it as is. It was something I started with. I might as well show you areas I know were built in survival. This is all survival right here. As you can see, the snow. And I'm just going to show you one last thing before we're going to go up. This is 100% in survival, these corridors right here. This is all survival. The snow on the ground was always there. I decided not to remove it so I could prove it to people, because when I was doing this, I did not even think of recording myself building all this when I was building it. It's a big mistake. I'm still kicking the door to this day. But as you can see here, this tower right here is 100% in survival. I would actually build all the way up, then I'd jump down. Jump down. I'd do this over and over until I got the tower to what I wanted. I've been wondering, what did I put up here? Actually, I just left it open right here. Like, what's the point if you're not going to see the top? Meanwhile, I got a little ambitious and I started expanding. So, what do you think? What do you think of the ambition you see here? This is just a lot of time spent. 80% of this is survival, 20% is creative. All materials except the ones added in creative were applied by hand. And this was when I had no internet, so I had no way of telling people that I was building it. And I had no one to ask advice of what I should build. So a lot of it was just me trying to figure out what I can do with just one material. One material, sandstone only. So, and I still find it beautiful to look at when I turn off the lights. And of course, I'm going to get back to work on my REDSEACRAFT server next time I start streaming, but I'm just... The reason why you're seeing it in the city texture pack is mainly because that's what I built it in. 90% of the time, it was the city texture pack. This is abandoned today, but I still keep it on my hard drive as a sign of respect where I began. 3 years ago, I was working on this every day. By myself. So, but at least I'm working on REDSEACRAFT where I'm actually attempting some detail. And I was getting a lot of... Alright, the REDSEACRAFT server? Okay. Which is basically what I've been working on for the past 3 hours. It's just I wanted to show you my sand palace. Alright, I'm going to go back to... I always exit without saving because that is one of my favorite builds I've been working on for so long. But this is, of course, we're going back to my REDSEACRAFT before I end the stream for today. I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it by myself, but I have to wait patiently for it to load because of how big the build is getting. Yeah, as you can see, I'm still clearing the land. Of course, you've already seen this for the past hour. I'm just talking to the one who's in my stream. I'm trying to do it with more detail than before. Before I start building the city itself, the foundations must be built. I'm just gonna go and check out my smelting machine, then I'm gonna end the stream right there. My build is so big, it'll take me like 2 minutes to get there. And if you're curious what's in these chests, look at that. That's everything from me taking out the mountains over here. I got plenty of iron. At least I'm not trying to build everything out of stone brick, because as soon as I start building the city itself, that's when I'm going to start building... everything out of wood. Alright, cool. Yeah, logistics rails. I don't build flat walls in my world. If I do use the same material, I have to make sure it's not flat. I learned a lot from a few friends of mine after I got better internet and I was able to talk to people. They gave me good advice. I managed to learn a few tips of how to build. So I'm just doing one last minute check of my smelter. Actually, I put 12-hour days into this build during the summer of 2018. And I try to stream this every Tuesday and Wednesday, sometimes on Friday as well. I'm just checking my machine. Like I try to do a great job with the streams, and I try to do a great job with building. This is how this is my machine that allows me to build the stone, to create the stone brick I need. If you want to know how this machine works, I can show you. Because this is where the stone goes. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tiers are full. Alright, let's see. There's a glitch right here that's actually causing it, 2 chests to become 1. If I take out 1 chest, it should correct it. You have to start somewhere. Alright, now it's correcting itself. There are 10 tiers in all. I'm waiting till all 70 chests are full. Then I'm going to process it and turn it into stone brick. And I'll be able to produce the machines necessary, the stone brick necessary to continue. 1 second, I'm going to show you how it works. First I gotta start right here, where it begins. Since I'm actually creating the pillared hall, I'm actually digging at least 10 blocks below ground level. So I'm able to get the cobblestone I need. I put the cobblestone in these chests right here. And I put the coal in these chests right here. And then as soon as I put those in, these are extra hoppers so I can put extra cobblestone. They'll go into these chests automatically. As you can see, there's the glitch that makes it where there's 2 chests instead of 1. But as soon as it goes in, it'll go down these hoppers along this line into the machine, and it'll go into the furnace automatically. And of course, when it does that, it'll go along this line here. The tram car, hello. I'm just showing them how my stone smelter works. And it'll go along this, and then the stone, once the tram car brings the stone over here, it'll go along this line. Any hoppers that are empty, the stone will automatically be transferred into empty hoppers, and they'll go down into the chest below. So it's a slow system, but it works. And I'm just and everything here just takes a lot of time and patience, but at least I can. Yes, I made it flat myself. Allow me to show you. A Canadian, just give me an extra 10 minutes so I can show him how big this build is. This, of course, this was the first building I ever built. I mean, the first part of the build I ever built. This is my underground greenhouse. This took me 3 weeks to build when I started in December of 2017. But of course, I decided the garden was not enough, so I made a second level beneath. It's made the same way. But as you can see here, I'm building a huge library, but it's still in early form before I start building it. And if I go up here, I might as well show you guys what's already finished before I go. Of course, this is the compound. I nicknamed this the compound because it's actually doing great. Doing fantastic. But as you can see here, you having a great day as well. And as you can see here, this is the compound. This has been here since month 2. Slowly but surely, I got enough stone brick. This is why I have so much stone, cobblestone, because I decided to dig really deep, but then I decided, why not build a pillared hall? So I decided to do this. What do you think? Like, this is going to be a long-term thing. It's going to take a really long time to build, mainly because it's expensive and time-consuming to build these pillars. As you can see, these are pillars before they're finished. And right now I have first stage pillars that dominate 90% of it right now. I only have 10% of the pillared hall finished. And this is also how I'm going to be building it over the next few months. And I'm just going to keep building it. And of course, I have this all flat by myself, mainly so I could build the pillared hall. I couldn't build the pillared hall if I actually left the mountains and the hills. The tallest mountains I took down were 100 blocks. I mean, at least 50 blocks high, and I took them down one by one with just stone pickaxes. And slowly but surely, it all came down. If you guys are liking what you see, please subscribe, because this is a big build that I'm going to continue to build on until it's finished. But that'll probably be another 2 years. This is a 3-year build, what you're seeing here. It's not finished yet, but I'm going to be streaming and filming myself along the way and showing you guys how big this build, how far I can go. And so, just like the Sand Palace, if you're still here, Flex, just like the Sand Palace, I'm going to continue building like this. I build big. I don't build small. And now I've run out of time. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end the stream right here. Thank you very much for watching. And if you guys want to see me build again, I'll be streaming at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday. I take Mondays and Thursdays off. I stream at least 5 days a week. I stream Minecraft on Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and I take Thursday off, Mondays and Thursdays. Thank you very much, Flex. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for giving me a compliment. And I'll be streaming this again on Tuesday and Wednesday, 3 p.m. I will, Canadian. Give me a little bit. I gotta end the stream on a high note. And also, I might be streaming this on Friday, but if I feel like it, I might go Red Dead Redemption Online. I play other games too on this channel. And see you guys later. Bye.